Hello, this is Tom Sillis. I'm the CEO of Wecro.com. Wecro.com, just so you know, the title of the video, first of all, is Who is Wecro.com CEO? Who will be his new co-founder? Okay? And that's really the gist of this video. People are going to wonder, you're clicking on the video. Obviously, for some reason, maybe you know who I am, maybe you don't. My name, like I said, is Thomas Sillis, and I'm the CEO of Wecro.com. Okay, I'm 70 years old, to give you an idea, and I have another video that talks about how a 70-year-old created a $1 billion startup in 6 months. You can too, and I challenge you. Okay, that's another video I have that's going to be posted out today. After that'll be done before this one. Okay, the whole idea of this is, obviously, in order to succeed, you want to have a co-founder, because when you get investors, they're going to want to see who your team is. And if you don't have a team built, if you try to do it by yourself, you're going to have a 10 times less chance of getting funded. Okay, aside from the fact you're going to have a good idea, it's got to have some traction, because nobody invests in just ideas anymore. Those days are gone. And then you got to have some traction. I have that in another video about why do most startups fail, and I talk about it in quite a few videos. Okay, so but the lean startup method and all that. So and you can do the accelerators if you're starting a business. I teach all that stuff. That's kind of what you want to be doing. You want to, because when you go to those, you might meet somebody there. Their idea might kind of suck, and they might decide they don't want to do that no more. When they realize how much work it's involved, they cop out. Then they want to join somebody else. They don't mind joining somebody, but they don't want to do it alone. When they realize that you're better off having a co-founder. So when I went to the accelerator, half of them dropped out, and they end up. I had 2 of them join my company. They're only part-timers, which is fine. They only can put so much time in, because they have a full-time job, and they have a family. They need to spend. They don't realize you got to give up family time too. You can't watch TV. If you're watching TV at night, you're not going to make it. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The first year is grueling. If one of those, you got to watch Monday Night Football. Sunday you're watching football, and you're going to the beach every weekend during the summer. Guess what? You just failed. I mean, you're not going to make it. I promise you. 99.99999% your business is going to fail, because you're not giving it the attention it needs. It's like a baby. You can't. You're babysitting a baby. You're not going to take a 1-week-old baby out and take it to the beach. You're probably not going to do that. And that's the same with a business. It's like a little baby. You're going to nurture it until the baby grows. So anyway, so that's the thing with that. So now let's talk about what Wecro does. First of all, we're a home services convenience store, like online, of course. We basically, we take every service that's out there. If you go to costestimates.com, you can see the home improvement services. You can see them all out there, and you can see what they cost and what the labor costs. And that's where we get some of the services that we do. Some we already had before that. Like for installing a toilet, we already had that. We've done a lot of that stuff before. So those I knew how to do. And we go out there, we describe what we do, we tell people what we don't do. It takes time to figure that out, okay? Until you do it and you start, getting screwed, the customer, you promised, I thought you'd do that. They learn, and you start doing that, and you charge a little bit more. And every time I add more stuff that we do, I raise the price. Because then I go to the rich neighborhoods, because they start demanding more stuff. So that's fine. I'll do it, and I'll make it my standard product. So we define the products. Here's what we do. Here's what we don't do for that. And we tell the customer the caveats, like if you install a toilet, if the floor is rotten, we're going to replace it. We're going to show it to you. We're going to show you what it is. We're going to tell you how it's going to cost to fix the floor, because I can't install the toilet without that. Now, you always have the risk that the customer is going to say, I want to cancel this. It happens in 1 out of maybe 20 cases. I mean, it's going to happen. Just be aware of that if you're a handyman. But these things, that's part of the business, and you're going to learn. Every business has its good and bad. You're going to have some bad apples out there. They're going to, but you got to be reasonable. I mean, that's why we price it high enough that say you can't charge $500 for installing a toilet, because everybody else, there's other guys doing it for $89. So you don't want to, you can't go way overboard, but you can charge $239, and then you're a handyman, you make $200 out of it. That's good, when you go through us. That's not bad. You get paid. Now, if the customer has to pay $500 to fix the floor, you do it. Now you're gonna tell them we're not gonna do the flooring. So here's what you do. You fix the floor. You take out the thing. You take out the flooring. I'm not gonna get into details on how to replace the floor, but you replace the flooring where it's rotted. And then you tell the customer you're going to have a flooring company come in and put in a new linoleum or whatever tile. If it's tile floor, you're going to carefully, our guys know how to carefully remove the tile so it doesn't break, and then they glue it back down. They know how to do that, and then they put the toilet in. So that's easy to do. It's not hard to do. Usually, if they have ceramic tile on the floor, you're not going to have leaks underneath unless it's been neglected for years or for 30 years. You're not going to have that problem. So that's just one example of what can happen. So, but anyway, getting back to, so that's just one example of a service, okay, installing a toilet. Okay, now, when somebody comes to our site, they select that service, then they see a list of appointments. There are between 2 and 10 appointments. They pick one. That's what makes us unique, that we do that. And then they pay for it, and then the service is less than 2 minutes, the service is booked and they're ready to go. They don't have to go to Craigslist to look for a handyman and get a scammer that comes out there. I need to go get parts, then they go out there, disappear, never see them again. Just give me $100 cash, I need to go buy a few parts. All right, and the customer gives them $100, they never come back. Okay, that's Craigslist scammer or handyman. All right, the door, if you don't use us, then obviously, the customer would, if you're a handyman, you'd go out and put door hangers out. That's another way, we teach people how to do it. No matter what your business is, I would say 80% of the business that service homeowners or service customers, you're going to be doing some kind of service, probably, most likely, or unless you're selling products, okay? You're going to be putting door hangers out, okay? So that's kind of you're going to go into good neighborhoods. You got to learn how to run your business, and that's what we do. That's what makes us unique. We do a better job. We give the customer more than they ask for. If they spend $500 and we buy them a pizza, we have a pizza guy deliver it with a note, okay? Now let's talk about the second half. Who's going to be his new co-founder? Okay, well, that's just it. What I did is I went to these accelerator programs. I joined 2 of them actually, and during the course of the thing, like I mentioned before, they, people go in there. About half of them, when they realize how much work it is to do their idea, they drop out. They say, I don't think I want to do this. I can't give up my television. Well, they're still going to have to if they want to do it, but they want to work part-time. So that's fine. If they're good at something, let's say they're good at doing videos, okay? I'm not as good at doing videos, but they might be really good, personable. They sound professional. They have the cameras. They have the studio at home. They can do the front. What they call those. They can edit they call the thumbnails that you see when you first click on it. That gets you to click on it. It attracts you to click on the video 10 times more than mine. Mine, you see my ugly face. You see my smile because I smile all the time. But so they kind of give up on that. So they do it part-time, but they have some task that's very good that I need, that they're going to help me with, and I might give them 2% of the business. I tell them, look, based on how much you do, I'm going to give you 2% if you perform this. If you get my business, if you do at least 50 videos or 100 videos, and they attract people to our channel, and the people start watching the videos, and we do 1 million, if you can get me to 1 million views within 90 days, you got that 2%. And that's how you do it. And if they don't stay on after that, who cares? Okay, you get other people, you hire somebody else. But that's how you do it when you're starting out. You don't have money, you have to give equity sometimes to do that. Okay, then another one might be a good marketer. He might be good at SEO. He's going to do all that stuff. He's going to show you how to do it. Say you're a programmer. I'm a programmer, which I am by trade. I had an SEO guy. He came in and he's owns 2% of the company. I did that, and he told us you got to. He gave me the hint, like how's Angelus get to be number 1 out there, and he's looking. It's not hard to see. He teaches you how to look at the patterns, how to look at the view the source. You right click and say view source. You see how the thing's supposed to look on your page and inside behind the scenes, so to speak, how your SEO is supposed to look, search engine optimization, so you show up high up. You're not going to be You're not going to be, we did beat Angelus in a couple, and Yelp. Those are the two big ones, and then you got Thumbtack and those guys. You might be number 4 like that. If you get to number 4, you might beat Thumbtack out, but in some cases, not most cases, but because those guys are very good at what they do. They've been doing it for years. They already got a following. Some people they search Thumbtack and they end up on their, I don't know why they do that, but they do. So people get lazy, like we all do that. So that's another way. Okay. Now let's talk about who's going to be your best co-founder. Okay. Now, if you get somebody that's going to end up with more equity, they're going to be doing a lot more. They might be a good business person. They might have done a couple startups. Let's take like I talked to MJ DeMarco. He's busy with what he's doing. He offered to become my co-founder, but he wanted me to have more traction at the time, so he didn't do it. So I said, well, if you're going to do that, I might as well, I just, I'll get somebody else. I may have to get somebody else, okay? I didn't do that, but I could have. MJ DeMarco's already started a business. It was a limo booking site, very similar to what we're doing. And he had, he sold it for $4 million, I think it was, or $8 million. Then he bought it back for less than half the price. And then he ended up building it up again. He sold it for $20 million, I think it was. And then he started doing, he's the author of Fast Lane Millionaire. And he talks about, some people, they start from the beginning and they end up doing too many things that you could have gotten further down the road and jump in. In other words, too many people waste. It's like the penny doubling thing. Okay, why would you double a penny? It would take you 30 days to make $3 million. If you could double it every day, why do that when you can put in maybe $100 and you're starting, and that's almost on the 20th day. It takes you almost to 20 days to get to $100. So why would you do it why would you start at day one and sit there with just working with a penny when you could work with $100 and get there faster? It's that kind of thing. You get the idea. So that's kind of the thing when you're trying to find a co-founder. You want to find somebody that can do a lot, that's going to give you the value that you need for your business that you're going to start. Okay, if you're going to start a business, I mean, this is how these billion-dollar businesses look at. Even Facebook. If you look at the history of Facebook, he wasn't that busy. It wasn't until he got the lady from she was from Google, I think it was. She joined the company. She was his co-founder, and that's what she did because she already had a following from Google, and she came in. She became the VP at Facebook. So he didn't do it alone. She gave him a lot of insight as to how to do things. Because when you get to the point that she already knew how to do all that, because he didn't know how to, you don't know when you start a thing. He put Facebook out there. People liked it. It started getting traction right away. He was lucky. A lot of that was luck. But it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, but he didn't know how to grow it. He didn't have the first idea. How do I grow this thing? It would have cost him 10 times because everybody would scalp him to do that. Okay, because you get to know how to do this stuff, and she already knew how to do it, and she knew had the contacts, and and they know your startup. They help you out. A lot of these companies, see, if you don't know that, you're going to get screwed. And she knew that, hey, you want me, I get you more companies. I'm gonna join other companies, and I'll bring you more business, and you'll grow with us. And they'll give you a much better price in the beginning. They'll build your infrastructure. I'll help you build it out, and they'll charge you a lot less. With the assumption is you can't change them. They're gonna be your guy they own the infrastructure, and it's not gonna, if you don't pay them, if you don't keep them, they're going to turn off your infrastructure and you're dead in the water. Okay, your business is gone. So you got to have an agreement and like that, and she knows how to do that kind of stuff. So it's that kind of thing. So so you got to find the right co-founder. Ideally, you find somebody that's done that before. Is it you're going to get them easily? Probably not, unless you get some traction. So you build your minimum viable product. You follow the lean startup method, like I said. You join an accelerator, you get started, and then you bring on somebody like that to join your company, because they're going to tell you that too. They're going to tell you, and they're going to recommend people to you, because if you got traction and your business is going good, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to be ready for a co-founder in about 6 months to a year. They're going to refer, the people are going to come to you. They're going to come to you. because you're going to get referred by the investors. So, okay, so that's that. Pretty much that's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I've been talking 15 minutes. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute video. Oh well. But anyway, that's again, I said my name is Tom Sillis. I've had many businesses before. Some failed, some made it. It's not easy doing business. I didn't know half what I know now. It took me till age 70 to figure out how to do this, how to become a billionaire. It took me till 6 months ago to figure this out. Okay, it's not easy. There's a lot of moving parts to this. You have to know how to do it. You have to have the mindset. I was getting distracted. I mean, 7 years ago when I started this thing, I wasn't going anywhere because I was getting distracted. I didn't know about this. I'd watch TV. On Monday night, I watched The Bachelor. On Tuesday I watched Below Deck. I almost every day I was watching 3 hours of television. So no matter why I didn't get nothing done. Okay. And then my ex-wife, we're going places. There's always family gettings. And my daughter called up. We need to come over. We had to come over. If I was busy, if I did, I would have told, hey, babe, sorry, baby girl, I can't come over right now. I'm very busy right now. I'm in the middle of a project. I have to get this out tomorrow. Then they understand. If you got to come up with excuses all the time. After a while, they get used to that you're not going to be available. And you tell them up front, I'm not going to be available the first year. I don't care how bad the emergency is. I really have to get this done because this is my future. I committed to it. My investors forced me to do that. I'm not allowed to go. If I get caught going to your house for a birthday party, the investors pull the plug because they control the checks. They write no more checks. My business shuts down, and I'm out of business. Basically, they own my business, so I'm not going to give my business away because of stupidity. So, just understand, I'm not available the first year. I'm sorry about that. I will come. The only time I'll be available is Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's it. So you set the rules, and that's it. Those are your 2 days off for the year. So that's what I did, and it worked. And that's why our business is really getting traction. I did a lot of stuff. I got some big retailers sending us business. I never let more than one become more than 10% of my business source. It's just like, if you're a smart handyman, you don't get all your business from Wacro. Well, it's not that bad because if I cut them off, they'd make a mistake and I cut them off for some reason. You lose your whole income that comes in. So then you get to go do the door hangers. I teach them how to do that because I like to let them know that you got to balance your business, your source of business. Okay, I'm honest with my service providers, and that's what they like about me. That's why they love me, in the sense that they know I'm a partner with them because I know I care about them. I don't want them, if all of a sudden I sell the business and then the buyer of our business, of say Amazon buys us out, and then they buy us out, and then all of a sudden they don't like something you did and they cut you off. There goes your business. There goes your income. I don't want that to happen to you. I'm going to teach you as a backup, how to make money right away and how to survive. Okay, so that's what you do. And if you make good money, you're going to keep doing it. There's many ways to make money, okay, and keep the flow going. And if you're good at what you do, you're going to have a lot of referrals. You're not going to have to worry about business. People are going to come to you. So the more, even if somebody works with us, after a while, they're going to drop off our site. They're going to use us to fill in the gap because they should be doing that, because that means they're doing a good job out there. They're a good handyman. The customers, hey, give me your card. I want to use you next time. Okay, so instead of coming to us, they're going to go directly to them. Okay, if they're available. That's just how it is. So we know that, and our business is mostly people are doing one-off jobs, and then we also have the food delivery. We have other stuff, so they'll use us for other stuff. So it's not going to hurt us. That's why we have so many categories, and we're doing all services. So that's it. And it took me, like I said, till I was 70 to figure this crap out. Okay. It's a mindset. You got to develop a billionaire mindset. There's a lot of videos out there. They give you a little information. I'm writing a book called Billionaire Blueprint. When it comes out, look for it. You can, like I said, subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll have you come back and check it every so often. And when that book comes out, it'll be on Amazon. You could search the Billionaire Blueprint book, and then there's others out there. You got to invest in yourself. You got to spend some money to buy books. Now you can get them very cheap on Amazon. Has the Kindle program. You can rent the book. They call them rent the books. You pay it gets in your library. You pay $2 or something, and it's in your library forever, and you can borrow it. You can use it anytime you want. You borrow it. If it's not available, they only have so many copies. They can only do it so many times. So when it's available, you get to borrow the book, and you got to put it back automatically. It goes back after 30 days. Okay, so that's it, and then you get to wait another 6 months to borrow it. But there's a lot of books out there you can read. Some are good, some suck. It's just like anything else. Some people just come out for the sake of writing a book. They go study everything from other people and videos and all that. They watch YouTube videos. Then they create an outline. They fill it in with the knowledge they learned from the other sites, and they put the book out there. And it kind of sucks. Maybe they're good. They were lucky in their business. They made a lot of money, and they kind of pitch around their business that they did. It might be a millionaire. Usually not billionaire. Usually the billionaire books are written by people that they have a lot of billionaire friends. They interview them and they ask them what made you successful, and they tell them. And in this, Alexa.com is on Alexa. What is it? Alexa, whatever it is. There's a site out there that they have a channel out there that gives you a lot of good hints on becoming a billionaire. So there's a lot of ways to do that. So you can learn about that on YouTube, a lot of stuff. So anyway, if you want to be, also, if you're good at what you do, I'm also looking for co-founders and people who want to join me. If you have what it takes, just send me go to the front of wetcrow.com. We have a chat thing there. Just fill in the thing and say, I want to become a co-founder. I'm interested in becoming a co-founder, and here's why. Here's what I can do for you. And send me the thing, and we'll chat. We can chat by phone. I'm actually in the Philippines right now. We're upgrading our infrastructure, and I'm teaching the virtual assistants how to do the work that they have to do for us to getting service providers. We're signing up every day. Each one signs up 10 to 20 service providers a day. So we're doing that, full blast with 50 virtual assistants. So once I'm done, I'm going to be going back to the US. But either way, I can still chat with you morning, night, my time. We can chat and we can figure this thing out. Okay, it's not rocket science. We can chat on Facebook Messenger. So not a problem. So again, I think that's it for today. Like I said, subscribe to my channel. Give me a like on this video. I'm going to really appreciate that. And at the same time, I'm going to help you out. If you need help in starting a business, I'm open. I'm always open to answer questions. I'm not, if the questions are good questions. If you come and ask me stupid questions that you can research online, then after a while I might get tired of it. But I want you to do your homework. I mean, obviously you got to study it. But if you get stuck with something, feel free to ask me, because once you have a little bit of basic background, I'm having a hard time with this or understanding this. Okay, that's where I can come in and help you. I can help you decipher that. Okay, so again, subscribe, like, and we'll be talking again. And I wish you the best of luck, and thank you.